Welcome back to The Truth is Viral Live. We keep on having problems with maintaining this stream, but never say die. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. We will do just that as we continue with this, with our coverage of this standoff in Bunkerville, Nevada. What's going on right now is earlier today, the Bureau of Land Management said that they were going to stand down. And as soon as they did, the Bundys decided to take that opportunity to put some more cows out on the range. Home on the range, these cows. But as soon as they left, as soon as they pulled out of the compound with their cattle trucks with the intention of releasing the cows, the feds started following them with a bunch of cars. And SWAT team vehicles. So that's not good at all. Okay, there are reports that cell towers have been taken down. The Federal Aviation Administration has declared a no-fly zone over the ranch. Presumably to keep nosy reporters and helicopters from seeing the shameful treason is the only word I can think of that's being committed out there. And it goes far beyond cattle. It goes far beyond cattle. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Oh, great. I was just posting this information on Facebook. One of my admins over there says that posts from The Truth is Viral are not posting to his personal page. So let's go take a look at that. And see if they're showing up on my personal page. They're not. Those dirty bastards. Let's see when the last one of my Truth is Viral posts did appear on my personal feed. Okay, this just came out from the Bundy Ranch 3 minutes ago. It says, as of now, no one has been hurt that we know of. Please stop spreading rumors. We cannot get to everyone's questions. I am hearing from people on site that BLM will be moving out and that we will be taking the cattle back to the ranch as soon as they leave. I also have heard that they asked Margaret, the lady who they had thrown down, to come forward so BLM could apologize. A lot of this has not been confirmed, but I wanted to keep you updated as much as I can. Thank you for your time and concern. Okay, that is interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this InfoWars article that was just posted. Let me show this to you guys. Feds back down from Bundy siege after InfoWars expose of Chinese land grab. By Paul Joseph Watson and Alex Jones. Update. Feds are threatening to shoot Cliven Bundy supporters who are attempting to seize back stolen cattle as a showdown looms. That must be what we're watching now. We'll check that out in a second. It says the federal government backed down and ended their siege against Nevada cattle rancher Cliven Bundy less than 24 hours after an InfoWars expose connecting the land grab to Harry Reid and a Chinese-backed solar farm went viral, becoming the biggest news story on the internet. Funny, I hadn't heard of it until just now. And I heard of it yesterday from Niger Ennis on Fox News. Says last night it says we revealed how the feds were using the Bureau of Land Management to bully and intimidate ranchers like Bundy, pushing them off public land in order to pave the way for lucrative green energy projects backed by communist Chinese government and linked to Nevada Senator Harry Reid. What a scumbag. Oh, looks like we're getting a phone call from Pete Santilli. Hello there. How are you, sir? I'm in my living room at the moment. My flight doesn't leave until my flight leaves in the morning. I'm going to rent a car. Yeah, at the when that happens. What's going on right now, Pete? Hold on a second. I'm actually on the air. I'm actually on the air right now. Can you tell us what's going on? No, you're not. I am. Oh. Okay, hold on just one second. Let me turn down all my other audio sources, and you're going to go live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Peter Santilli, live from Bunkerville, Nevada. Pete, what's going on?
Okay, first of all, I want to tell everyone thank you very much for not only tuning in, but this is what I want you to do. This update I'm about to give you is probably one of the, I mean, it is literally, this is the best day of my entire life, and everyone around me has been saying that. This is the best day of our entire lives. It's just been absolutely phenomenal what has happened here. Okay, now I will give you an update as to where we're at. It's progressing, okay? Progressing very well, progressing very peacefully. But I'm going to tell you something right now. There was nothing ever disclosed prior to this moment about what was going to happen, and it happened in a big way, all right? Now, what has happened here is at 9 o'clock in the morning, at 9 a.m., Bobby, just tell me, do I still have you, by the way?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got you. Just
yeah.
My cell phone, I'm on cell phone right now.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay. So at night, this is important, and I want you to just ping me every once in a while, make sure we have a good connection, and everyone is getting the update, okay?
All right.
All right. We, at 9 o'clock in the morning, had a special announcement at the podium at the central, I said our central camp, at our main camp, here in, Bundy Ranch, okay? They announced that the sheriff had come to talk with Mr. Bundy. We had been demanding a constitutional sheriff come here and tell them to stand down and go away. And in fact, guess what happened? The announcement was made by the sheriff when he stepped up to the podium and said that the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, has essentially decided to pick up stakes and go home.
Okay, now why would they do that?
Huh?
Why would they do that?
Hold on a second. Because we have thousands and thousands of people here now, okay? The people are here demanding that certain things take place. They know, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pete Santilli? Sorry, someone just gave me cold water. And she just noticed I was Pete Santilli. I don't know what that means. Anyways, so why would they want to do that? Well, let me tell you, slow your roll, because we sensed that they were going to be bluffing, okay? They agreed to stand down, they agreed to pick up all their equipment, they agreed to go home, and the sheriff was pleased to announce that. Well, Mr. Bundy, Mr. Cliven Bundy then addressed the sheriff, and he said, I'm going to tell you something right now. Thank you very much for doing that, but here are our demands. And he submitted his demands, one of which here was the most impactful, okay? You have 1 hour to disarm the BLM park rangers and bring their weapons right here to this flag. You have 1 hour.
No
and if
kidding.
you don't respond to that, excuse me?
No kidding.
Oh yes, and the crowd went absolutely freaking crazy, dude. Just cheering, saying, yes, absolutely, you bring those arms here. And he demanded that the federal park rangers, who were not even supposed to be having this kind of weaponry, bring their weapons and bring them within 1 hour. And if it didn't happen, that he would announce what the next step was going to be. And that 1 hour came up. I contacted 911 and said that we needed the sheriff there. He never showed up. They will not bring any county sheriffs anywhere in this freaking county property. All they want is Metro PD, right, from Las Vegas. They want the state troopers, okay, but they will not bring a county sheriff on this freaking property. You know why?
Because the sheriff has more power than any other official in the state, other than the governor. That's why.
That's absolutely correct. No sheriff wants to step foot on this property, okay? Because they have constitutional authority in this matter. Right now, to challenge whether or not they were bluffing, because they said they were going to pick up stakes and go home and do all this stuff. Well, the 1 hour came up, and Mr. Cliven Bundy essentially said, okay, you aren't here, this is what we're going to do. Let's go get our cattle. And we're going to take everybody from this entire area, and we're going to go up to the range where they have the cattle, and we're going to get them with horses, I'd say 200 horses, on horseback, 200 cowboys on horseback, led the charge, and the entire camp left, and we came up here to come surrender the cattle. We've shut down the 15 freeway.
I'm seeing that. We're looking at it right now.
Yeah, we shut down the 15 freeway, and I actually have it on my Ustream. You see it on the Ustream that I'm broadcasting right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, on our Ustream, that's what the freeway looks like. I'm going to show you something else, all right? I'm in the center median right now as a member of the media. As a matter of fact, here, there's the Channel 8 truck right there, and the GM, by the way, that, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby, if you don't mind me pointing this out, okay?
No, what's got?
When your corporate media, CBS is great and everything, but they have the benefit of having like Viagra as their advertiser, and they get paid millions and millions of dollars. They get satellite trucks, okay? We, on the other hand, we the people get our independent media for free, and you and I have to beg our listeners to be supported by listeners.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'm in a rental car with an iPad and backup batteries, and I'm literally struggling to stay live on the air. But we're providing better coverage than the people that are in these satellite maps, okay? We are providing better round-the-clock coverage. I need to ask everyone to support Bob Powell by going to his PayPal link to make sure that you can keep him, when he goes out in the field, good battery packs, good cameras, so that we can bring you this stuff live. If you'd like to support our coverage of this, Bob, I hope you don't mind me saying this. I'm going to have to say it to everyone. If you want to help us out as well, go to GorillaMediaNetwork.com and go to the donate page. All of your money will go towards battery packs, towards cell phones, towards rigs to carry those cell phones, and that way I can have the ability to show you stuff like this. Now, see the skirmish line there?
Yeah. I see. What I see is a Channel 8 news truck.
Excuse me?
I see the Channel 8 news truck.
Channel 8 news truck. On the right-hand side, I just turned it a little bit. We have a surveillance aircraft flying over the cattle on the other side of the freeway. Now, what you're looking at is I'm standing on the northbound side, and you're looking at the southbound traffic on the 15 freeway, okay?
Okay.
On the other side of that southbound side, you see the traffic proceeding southbound on the 15. On the other side of that is where the cattle is located, all right? Essentially, the federal government has corralled that cattle, and they have stolen cattle from the Bundys, and they have them contained in those corrals on the other side. With 200 guys, cowboys on horseback, and about 500 militia members, fully freaking outfitted with ARs, all over there trying to secure the cattle.
Now, Now, I'm sorry to interrupt, Pete, but I read a report that said that if anybody tried to take those cattle, they were going to be shot.
If anyone tries to take the cattle, I don't know who's writing that, but I don't go into stuff that I'm not confirming here on the ground.
Okay, good deal.
I haven't heard that. Yeah, there's no way. You know, I'm going to say this to everybody. The rumors, based on what's happening here on the ground, is ridiculous. Everyone's fighting for clicks, and they're just making shit up. So they need to stop, because nobody's saying anyone's going to get shot. You know what's being said right now? Quite the opposite, and it's a beautiful thing. And this is why it's a good day in America. Is that law enforcement? You know what they're doing?
No,
they're providing traffic control. They're providing traffic control. Okay, and they're making sure that these family members that are out here are here, peacefully and not to be hurt. Okay,
yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're also stating, ultimately, when it comes down to it, they know that we're fighting for them as well. They're going to stand down. They're going to be constitutional in the end. That's the message I'm getting. So anyone saying people are going to be shot are friggin' idiots. They're not here.
Well, that's good to hear.
Okay?
That's really good to hear.
Huh?
That's really good to hear.
This is a great, literally, Bobby, I'm going to tell you this. This is the best day of my entire life. I have actually worked, lived, and served in the United States Marine Corps, and talked everything in the independent media about what we need to do to make a day like this happen. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm not being overly dramatic. We have family members here who are basically submitting to the federal government non-negotiable options. You follow the Constitution, or we will.
I like
and
that.
it's being done peacefully. Yeah. So that's where we're at right now. Nothing has happened. Nor do I expect it to happen. Now, are there agents provocateur in the crowd? Absolutely. Those are going to be dealt with as well. Okay? They'll be dealt with.
Okay, Pete, what's going to happen now when the ranchers retrieve their cattle? That's what they're doing, right? They've gone to retrieve their cattle and take them back to their ranch. Once they've done that,
go ahead.
Once they've done that, what is going to be the future of the Bundy Ranch? Because he's got to graze his cattle somewhere. Is he going to send them back out into public lands or what?
Oh yeah, no, the BLM has already said that they've opened it up to get the graze on public land. And they're releasing the cattle into the public land. That's what's happening as we speak right now.
Oh, okay, I got it. I thought they were taking the cattle back to the ranch. I was under a mistaken impression.
No, the cattle don't, they corral them up as they need to do it because some people like me eat steak.
Yeah.
and steak is good.
Steak is good.
They do their thing, but they allow these cattle to go out and graze out on land, and the Bundys go out and bring them in as necessary for us to supply our population with steak. Right?
Right. So what about the court order? Is that just going to blow up and dry away?
You know what? That court order, as far as I'm concerned, and I stated it to them, is put together and in effect under a corrupt court system, and has bypassed the U.S. Constitution. Okay, so we consider it null and void. I do personally. I consider it null and void. Well, I don't recognize that court order. I don't recognize any federal entity that wants to say that they're justified in installing tyranny under a court order that is fraudulent. okay? Fraudulently obtained. That court order, I will burn right in front of them, okay? I will literally do that. I say I'll burn it right in front of them, but you know what I'm talking about, in defiance, because it means nothing. It's in violation of state sovereign rights.
So what now? What's going to happen? What's going to happen tomorrow and Monday?
Well, what's happening now is that cattle will be released, okay?
Yeah.
The cattle will be released. That is non-negotiable, okay? They need to let the cattle go. And that's what we're fighting for right now. What happens tomorrow or what happens after this next task, it's really up to whether or not the U.S. government and the state want to get stupid, okay?
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. Here's the most pleasing report. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
We totally and completely outnumbered them and outgunned them.
Outstanding. Hoorah!
We totally and completely. I mean, the objective was to get bodies here peacefully, right?
And it happened. How many people showed up at the end there?
We have right now in the thousands, and then I want you to look at the people who are in traffic as well. Okay?
Yeah.
Thousands of people in traffic. Okay? Thousands. And thousands of people. Just about everybody armed.
That's awesome.
Everyone armed and peaceful.
Did you ever get an answer to the question of why they would institute a no-fly zone over the ranch?
It's no longer in effect. Doesn't even matter. They've lifted that. The FAA should have lifted that no-fly order.
Okay, but why would they have put it in effect in the first place?
Because we were taking pictures with private aircraft of the corrals to find out where the cattle were, how many there were, so on and so on.
Uh-huh. So they were just doing dirty stuff, and they didn't want anybody to see it.
They wanted a no-fly order. That way, we couldn't take any pictures, like the ones that we actually have posted those on Guerrilla Media Network on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We have those aerial photos. Aerial photos that were shot, in a small little Cessna, and we've been surveilling. That's why they did it. But the answer to the question is the no-fly zone was put in place because of the pictures that we shot. Well, we already got the pictures, so oh well.
Okay, well, yeah, just as you called, I was reading my viewers a story on InfoWars. They're claiming credit for ending this siege by publishing a story about the Chinese land grab. So if you had to say who deserves some credit for this, would you credit that story, or would you credit the thousands of people that showed up as a result of your efforts?
Well, I'm going to be very brutally honest with you, okay? These are the reports that I've gotten from Infowars.com. I heard something irresponsibly put out there that the cell towers were put down. That essentially everything that Alex Jones does, dating back to the date that I heard him talking about ICBMs being launched on Y2K. Okay?
Right.
Alex Jones and what he's done with his website has almost created a scenario to cause people not to come here. So that's been his objective. Now, he, of course, blends that in with great sound reporting by good guys like, David Knight, but then they intersperse stuff to cause people to stay home. Alex Jones from Infowars.com has specifically set out, just as he did with the event that I was involved in Washington, D.C. Nukes are going to be there. Don't show up. They're going to shoot you. No. Alex Jones, you continue your operation of keeping people to stay home, and then on the other hand, we will continue to be out here in the field, showing up in the numbers of thousands. The reason why this has been shut down, there's only one reason for it.
Yeah.
Because thousands of people showed up. That's it.
Okay.
Because the American people showed up.
Pete, I'm going through my personal feed on Facebook. That's another thing we were doing. That's how we came to that InfoWars story. And I'm not getting any of the Truth is Viral posts on my feed, nor am I getting any of the posts from Guerrilla Media Network on my feed.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. There's always a glitch in the matrix. Just use alternative methods of communicating. Don't rely on any one, I don't believe in those, conspiracy theories where people's tweets miss. Who cares? You should use something else.
Well, Facebook is a rather valuable tool, and if our stuff is not getting out there, you need to look at your numbers and see how many people are actually seeing your pictures.
We're doing Ustream, we're doing Facebook, we're doing Twitter. We're using as many outlets as possible, and I suggest that everyone does that. Use multiple sources in case one goes down. Yes, all of them, each individually, they're really, really super important. But something happens with Facebook, go to Twitter. Something happens to Twitter, go to Ustream, so on and so on.
Yep.
And I'm saying not you. I'm saying even the listener and the viewer. Use multiple sources to get your information. That way, if one is cut off from one outlet, you've got at least some backups. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
all right. So you're going to be headed out here, right?
Actually, if all the fun's over with, I guess I might not.
Okay, good. Just I'll provide you with updates.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
I got to fly now. I'm being flagged down. I need to go right now.
All right. Well, thank you, Pete Santilli, reporting live from Bunkerville, Nevada. I appreciate it, brother. Okay. As long as we're talking about my plans, a lot of people donated money to make sure that I got to go out to Nevada. I bought my ticket this morning. It's a non-refundable ticket. So here's what I think I'm going to do. If you have donated specifically for me to go to Bunkerville and cover this story, I'll let you decide what you want to do or what you want me to do with that donation. A, I can refund it fully, or B, you can let me keep it and I will use it for other stuff, like possibly going to Washington, D.C. on May 16th. Or as Pete said, we always need battery packs, memory cards, stuff like that. I can always use that, so you can let me keep it for that. But one thing I definitely am going to do, since my ticket is non-refundable, is it was the flight took off out of Flint and went to Atlanta, then from Atlanta to Las Vegas, and then from Las Vegas back to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Flint. So what I'm going to do is, since, like I said, the ticket is non-refundable, and since the Georgia Guidestones are not too far from Atlanta, I'm going to go ahead and go down to the Georgia Guidestones and do a show on that. That is something that I've always wanted to do, and now I have the opportunity to do it. Like I said, I can't get the money back for that ticket, so what am I supposed to do with that? But like I said, if you donated for me specifically to go to this protest in Nevada and you would like your money back, all you have to do is just let me know. Send the email to newstips@ttiv.net, and I'll hit the refund button and put that money right back into your account. And thank you very much for your belief in me and wanting to support my efforts to go out there and do that. I guess we'll call this an end to this particular show, since everything looks like it's going on rather swimmingly out in Bunkerville, Nevada. I'd like to thank you all for watching The Truth is Viral Live. My name is Bob Powell, and as always, God bless, Semper Fi, and Hoorah.